Hey, what's going on, guys? Headwreck back here with you again. Forgot on my last video, I wanted to give a shout out to some of my Miiverse friends, Brandon, Gilzone, Bedlam, Team U, Scott, Cade, and Mike. So, guys that talked with on Miiverse, and they knew I was going to be making this. Oh, and Adidas. So, what's up, and metal horns to you guys. So, alright. I'm going to be doing a Super Nintendo Collection video today. I don't have a whole lot, not as much as I do with my my Nintendo, but nevertheless, I kind of did the same thing with that I was doing with the Nintendo. Just I was going to get what I had as a kid, and then figured, well, now I'll just go ahead and get anything that I really enjoy playing. So, had Super Mario World, obviously, came with the Super Nintendo. This one is actually my absolute favorite Mario game. I'm not saying it's the best, I'm just saying it's my personal favorite. Love this game. Super Mario Kart. This one wasn't really one of my favorite games. I really actually more so bought this because my wife and my wife really wanted to play it, so figured, you know what, I'll get it so we can play it together. Turtles in Time. I still need to procure the box instruction booklet for this. This was probably, in my opinion, the best Turtles game. Like I said, though, my opinion, I had a lot of fun playing this. Alright. SimCity. Just a really kind of odd game. I love the fact of, being able to just build the city. I always used the cheat code where I had, like, $1 million to build everything. Never got my Megalopolis, but still had a lot of fun playing that. Okay, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I know the Angry Video Game Nerd he gave this game a lot of crap. I actually wanted this game as a kid. I loved Terminator 2. It was one of my it still is, absolute favorite movies. When I first started playing it, I actually thought it was really, really cool. The way that the movement of the Terminator, though, really herky-jerky, and he looked really odd with the way that he moved, but I did beat this game. The thing I hated about it the most was the driving section of it, because the controls were so messed up. Terminator 2, the arcade game. If you ever played this in the arcade, if you were old enough to remember it, in my opinion, if they ever were to release a game for the Wii or the Wii U with the motion control, they should do this, because when this came out, it was so groundbreaking. The only other game that did that that I could remember was Revolution X with Aerosmith, but I mean, there was never a time you went into an arcade and there wasn't a line to play this game. The Super Nintendo version really fell short. I mean, you were cheated. Just everything about the arcade version was so much better. I mean, this wasn't a bad version, but it was nowhere near as smooth or as good as the arcade, but I had to have it. Pilotwings. Many, many frustrating afternoons spent during the summer of '92 trying to make it through the helicopter missions, but wow, what a game to really showcase some of what the Super Nintendo could do. Just a phenomenal, phenomenal game. FZero, yet another one that could really showcase the abilities of the Super Nintendo. This was an awesome racing game. I still think it stands up today. I don't know how many were ever made in the series of this, but they really should make more. It's a great game. Vegas Stakes. I got this factory sealed, actually, $14. You cannot beat that price. My buddy Mike had this. I know I mentioned my buddy Mike, but I mean, that kid was he was my best friend growing up, and man, with the amount of gaming, that was all we did was game. But I remember he had this, and I mean, we spent hours playing this, and it was actually pretty cool because you could get mugged, and you could buy fake jewelry from people that you thought were trying to sell you real stuff. It was pretty cool. Alright. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I hated the original Ghosts and Goblins. I remember getting this for Christmas of '92, and I played it. I never made it past the second level. It was incredibly hard. The graphics were great on it, but I'm just never a fan of the Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts game. It wasn't a bad game, but just wasn't really my cup of tea. Wanderers from East 3. This was one of the, I think, most underrated games made for the system. I mean, just the RPG aspect, but then the storyline, it had like the really cool kind of Japanime ending to it. It was just an all-around really good game. I have to admit I used the cheat code on this to be invincible, but just the playing in this game was so cool. I really, really liked this one. I was glad I picked it up. Okay. Final Fantasy Mystical Quest. I actually had just found out recently, probably within the past like year or so, that this was actually supposed to be kind of like an RPG for little kids, to kind of like as a beginner for them. But I don't know. I played it. I thought it was a great storyline. I really enjoyed it. I was never much for RPG, but I did like this one a lot. So, yeah, good game. No Super Nintendo Collection is complete without a Link to the Past. Still holds up as one of the best Zelda games. This one and The Adventures of Link are my two absolute favorite, with probably a close third being Twilight Princess. I never really cared for any of the other ones. I mean, the original Zelda I liked. And there were only a couple on the GameCube that I remember playing, but yeah, this one was great. Super Castlevania 4, probably the best, and I can say that without any arguments, the best Castlevania game. There isn't a bad aspect about this game. It had enough difficulty in it that it wasn't impossible, but the graphics were great. I mean, just the rotating room, everything about this game just reeked of awesomeness. So I was really glad to get this. And then finally, my absolute favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy II. I have so many great memories. The Christmas of '91 with my best friend Mike and I, playing this, eating this just like massive bag of strawberry candies. I never got into role-playing games, but this one I had to have. I know a lot of people prefer Final Fantasy III. This one's my favorite. I'm not saying it's the best, but I love this game. I will never get rid of this. It's an absolute great part of my childhood. So I want to thank you guys very much for looking at my collection. If I get any more, I will definitely be doing an update. So you guys have an awesome metal day.